great. So far we have cutting tool, we have container, the thing that holds your water, it's metal, you can boil your water in it. This is your water purification device, your container, your cooking utensils, everything. Fire, okay, you need the fire. Cordage. This is not a lot of cordage. Here's 550 paracord, okay. I recommend it, or bank line. Thank you, Pathfinder School. I love you. You guys rock. Learned a lot from you over the years. But paracord, this is easy to tie in knots and easy to untie, which is nice. Doesn't bind on itself too hard. Bank line is really good too. You can carry more of it in less space. It's pretty strong. 550 cord is great because it's got 5 strands inside of it. You can take it apart. You can pull out the strands from the inside of it. You can do anything with it. I mean, you can fish with that, with one of those little strands. You can maybe, in a pinch, give yourself stitches, suture yourself with it. I wouldn't want to do that. I don't think I mean, yikes. It's possible. You can make snares with it if you had to. But this is necessary. Cordage is necessary for almost everything. It's very hard to make cord. You can make cordage in the wilderness. It's hard to make. Okay, it's hard to make. In an urban environment, you might find it laying around, but I'd rather have some on me. With this, there's some skill sets to know. I mean, how to tie your knots. You know, I can't just hand you this and some logs and say make a shelter and expect you to make a viable shelter. You might not. Okay, this is cool. The next portion. This is my shelter. Okay, I don't use a tent when I go camping. I stopped using a tent some time ago. I don't use a tent anymore. I use tarp. Okay, I like tarps, but I'm on a budget. I wanted an ultralight tarp and looked on the internet and I saw it for $100 minimum. I couldn't find any cheaper. Didn't look very hard though, because I went to Walmart and found this Ozark Trail sun wall. I believe it's an attachment for like a gazebo type thing. So you have a wall down the side of your little gazebo here, and this is the extra attachment. It cost me, I don't know, 12 bucks or something like this. It's 10 foot by 10 foot, and here it is. It looks like an ultra tarp or ultralight tarp to me. I stuck it under the faucet and made a bowl of water out of it. It is waterproof. It seems pretty durable, relatively. I mean, it's pretty good. This right now is my shelter. So if you guys out there, YouTube, you don't want to spend a lot of money on an ultralight shelter, tarp, you might want to look into this. Give it a try. It's 12 bucks, 15 at the top. It's the Ozark Trail, which I never liked that brand, but this was cool. Ozark Trail sun wall for 10 foot by 10 foot straight leg gazebos. This right here, I mean, in my little bag, I've got my, what you would have, your tent, everything. I can fit all this stuff in a little bag, and I could probably do all right with all this stuff right here. These are the very basics. What I want to take more with me, is there more in my personal bug out bag or my survival gear? Do I have more preparations? Yes, I have stockpiles of food. Yes, I have weapons. Yes, I have all the stuff that you guys probably have. Maybe not all of it, to be honest, but I have a lot of it. I have some of it. But these items right here, if I had to grab a little fanny pack full, basically, of items, this is what I'd grab. This is what your body needs to survive. We're going to consider the rule of threes. 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. If you're active, things change. 3 nights without sleep, you start to get delirious. The rule of threes. So we want to save our body's core temperature. We want to keep it consistent at the 98.6. We want to hydrate. We want to drink clean water. Okay, guys? Now, boiling water is, to me, my favorite way of purifying water. This will handle all of the, Cryptosporidium, Gerardia, all those types of things, micro organisms, all that kind of stuff. Where it starts to get a little sketchy, though, is chemicals. You're not going to boil out the chemicals. You're not going to kill the chemicals. The chemicals are the chemicals. You heat them up, they cool back off. I mean, I'm not a scientist, I don't really know how it works, but I know that boiling water, if I dump a bunch of ammonia or something in the water and I boil it, there's still going to be ammonia in the water. So in the woods, that's great, and I like it. And if you're in an urban environment, at least boil your water. But a filter is going to help you out. I did not include a filter here because I can get away with this. Maybe there should be a filter on my table. Your mileage may vary, I don't know. I like filters. I like boiling water. So that's pretty much it for the very basic gear. Remember guys, skill set, skill set, skill set. Skills before gear. You have to have the skills to properly use the gear. You have to have skills to know what gear you need. You can't just go to Walmart and grab, like your first aid kit and whatever camping crap you could find, and then, some canned goods and expect you're good. No, you got to know how to use the gear. You got to know how to start a fire. If you've never started a fire before, when I was a kid, I went to the beach. I grew up in California. I was in Santa Cruz. I went to the beach, and I didn't know how to start fires. I went to the beach, we had a bonfire, and I was supposed to start the bonfire, and I had some newspaper, I had some matches or a lighter, and I had the logs, and I laid out the logs, and I stuck the newspaper in there, and I was shocked at how hard it was to start a fire, even with all that. Now I have more knowledge and more skill, and I can start a fire easily. If you guys haven't started a fire before with natural materials, without newspaper, without a lighter, you're in for a rude awakening. It can be done, and with practice and determination, consistently practicing, you will be able to do these things. So I just wanted to encourage you guys to continue seeking out skills and show you guys what I'm doing with the very basics. This is the first video. I've just started my YouTube channel again. This is the very first video, and I wanted to share with you guys my journey into self-reliance, starting from the very bottom. Yeah, we're going to get into weapons. Yeah, we're going to get into tactics. We're going to get into the cool stuff, how to make cool stuff. But it all starts with this. Okay? Thank you, YouTube. Have fun.